Welcome back, everybody, as we go back into the world of Devil May Cry 4. And this time we get to have some fun because we're playing as our buddy Dante. We're going to have some fun with Dante. And first, I'm just going to double check. Do we have anything that we can purchase?
What kind of fun are we going to have?
Oh, lots. Trust me. So first of all, we're going to get the air hike for Dante.
Oh, absolutely.
For that, and then also get more orbs. Yes, because we want more like that. And ooh, yes, we want this. Your foot speed will increase. And let's see, styles, sword master, because we're going to be using this quite a bit. Let's go ahead and grab that. There we go. So we have all of this. Guns. Ebony and Ivory, and the Coyote, by the way. You can actually utilize this. It's a shotgun. We don't care because we have Ebony and Ivory. Let's see, Rebellion. Do we want techniques for Rebellion?
I don't think we can purchase any for Rebellion.
Oh yeah, no, we can't because it requires Proud Souls. So items, can't really purchase anything that way. So let's go ahead and get into this. So we're starting off a new beginning. Come to grips with the power of the legendary Devil Hunter.
Yay!
So I think I actually mentioned this when we were wrapping up the last recording session. So
yes.
The way that Dante actually works is very similar to how he worked in Devil May Cry 3, where he has the various styles. So there you go. We are Gunslinger now. We can be a Sword Master, which is what we want. Oh, and somebody wants to actually start crap with me. So here we go. So you have the multiple styles, but just to bring Brinton up to speed, because it's actually been a while since we recorded.
Yeah.
Lots of crap has happened.
It's been like 2 weeks
Including the fact that you almost died.
Yes, there was a chance that I almost died a week ago. It was good fun.
There was a chance that you might have gotten meningitis, and then Finn Balor would have to come in and reprise your role in this Gaming with the Geeks. I'm sorry, but when you mentioned meningitis, the first thing that came to my mind is, oh, you mean that one thing that happened in WWE where we got Kurt Angle instead of Roman Reigns? Yay!
Yeah, I had a lovely meningitis scare. Luckily, it was not meningitis. It was just a very bad case of viral strep.
Very cool.
So, well, I wouldn't say it was cool.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like it wasn't as serious, but
yeah, I will take what I had over viral meningitis any day.
So we technically can't go this way because this actually leads to the final boss, which Nero just barely faced and now has become part of their beloved savior. So we actually... So this is going to be interesting because the story basically works out to go backwards for Dante. So where we actually made our way to this point as Nero, we're going to go to the beginning as Dante.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, and by the way, here's the council room. So this is actually where we saw all the scenes with Trish disguised as Gloria and all of the demons together.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that was a thing.
Yep. Because Trish is in this game with her bouncy boobs and all.
Yeah, that's still something I'm not super, like, turned on by still.
Just wait.
Oh, that makes me excited? Question mark?
You trust me, it's gonna get funny, all right? Like, I know in a lot of cases that doesn't really work for you. It's gonna get funny by the end of this.
Well, as you say that, I can already automatically think, okay, I see where, like, I have an idea of where this is going, so... I look forward to watching how absolutely ridiculous it becomes.
Yeah, there's in a lot of cases, I honestly believe, and I've said it in previous recordings, that DMC4 set the pace for Bayonetta. And by that, I don't necessarily mean the gameplay. I think that was already there. Yeah. I'm talking the hilarity. I'm talking like the what the crap is going on kind of feel that goes to Bayonetta.
Oh, yep. I definitely had those feels when I played it a few years ago.
Yes. So at that point, I honestly believe that Kamiya, when he was helping to make this game, he was like sitting there going, "Holy crap! Yeah, this is where that came from." So we're gonna have some fun with Dante getting absolutely silly. And
I look forward to it.
It might remind you of DMC3 a little bit.
DMC3 was a good game.
Okay, so we actually lost all the items as Nero. We can technically collect them as Dante, but we can't utilize them like Nero.
Oh.
Oh, God's power no longer resides here. Headquarters has begun to collapse. Oh no, you have less than 10 minutes to escape.
Oh, I don't...
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my gosh, really? Another...
Whee! It's okay, because we don't actually have to go through all the puzzles that Nero did.
Oh, I guess that's a good point.
So, first of all, we're gonna grab this because it's a gold orb. Now we basically get an extra life.
Yay.
So, we'll take that. And we just have to look for our various doors. Oh, dude, it's so dark. I can't necessarily see anything. So, yeah, it's been like 2 weeks, and yeah, you got sick. I actually got incredibly busy, so much so that I halted my regular schedule, which some people are irritated at and some people aren't. And for those, I will applaud those who were patient with me and understood what was going on. But for those who got a little impatient, it's not like I don't understand your viewpoint. I'd probably be mad at me too.
Hey, but it happens. Sometimes, like, it just happens.
If it makes people feel better, I actually am like almost done. So a lot of the footage collection is almost done, and I'm ironing out the details on the top 10, which is, I'm kind of glad I halted things because the list for the top 10 has changed. Like, I had a list in place, and now I've decided to change a few, like, the places of a few things, and also add in maybe one or, like, take out a few games and add in others. So now I'm really glad I did that.
Well, I look forward to watching your top 10 of 2017.
Yep, it's going to be the top 10 best games of 2017 and the top 10 most disappointing games. I couldn't do worst.
I like disappointing. I feel like, because, like, I mean, as much as I enjoy watching, like, top 10 worst games, to some extent, sometimes I feel like it takes a lot for a game to be really, truly bad. I like how you're calling it disappointing, because it shows, because it says that the game wasn't necessarily bad, it's just something that you were excited for.
Yeah, I can't call it a worst if it, like, if it's worse, then it pissed me off, right?
Yeah.
In this case, a lot of games in 2017 were actually pretty dang good, but there were some disappointing ones in the fact that they could have been better, and they weren't. So at that point, like, that's why I ultimately went for the decision to say it's not the worst games of 2017, it's the most disappointing ones.
Yeah, I really like how that sounds.
And that's going to be an unusual list because it's literally going to go from like the least to the most disappointing games. So people might actually be surprised, but I'm going to spoil this right here and now. Battlefront 2, a lot of people are hoping is going to be on that list. It's going to be there, but it's not going to be as high as you think.
Oh.
And the reason being is that I wasn't really disappointed by it. I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
So
at that point, you can't really be disappointed because you were already disappointed to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, for people who might get a little irritated by that, it's very difficult for me to call myself, like, pissed off at how Battlefront 2 turned out. Simply based off the fact that I knew that crap was coming. I knew that microtransactions would start to make their way in there. I just didn't know when or how. Kind of thing. So people might actually be surprised at how low Battlefront is on that and how high some of the other games that are on it eventually end up.
Well, I look forward to that content.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Okay. I am running low on time here, people, and I'm trying to kill this guy off, and it's not really working out. You know what? Screw you. You get my shotgun.
I love how suave he is with a shotgun. He's not holding it with two hands. He's just like, I'm just gonna one hand this, this bastard.
Yeah, exactly, right?
You know, NBD.
There we go. Okay, so now we can actually move on, and we still have the whole dun 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 dun. Metroid music. Insert Metroid music here. I'm talking to my future self. Come on, do that for me. All right. Now, you might actually remember we spent a lot of time on that puzzle,
Yes. Is it just gonna...
We get to break it now, yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you, God.
Because Dante gets all the awesome things. So we actually get the Key of Cronus back, but again, it's Nero's mechanic, not ours, so we can't necessarily use it like Nero did.
I like, though, that you pick up the things that Nero left behind.
Yes.
I think that's a cool little touch to the game.
Well, and part of that is also going to be because Dante's overall goal, obviously, is to get Nero back. So
Yes.
because that way we lose the powered up savior, and we can save the day with Nero. And believe it or not, yes, we actually will be doing that. But we do actually get to utilize some of its powers. Just we have to have these little stations here before we can do it. Okay. Oh, geez. Okay. My jump is too high.
Oh my gosh. The knockback is ridiculous.
Yep. There we go.
Nathan and I were playing in an area in the Eastern Kingdoms while leveling our Nightborn, and these like alliance mobs were just...
Ouch.
The knockback was just unreal. That's the point I'm trying to get here. Oh,
There we go.
So annoying.
Okay. But at least the timer slowed down with it, too.
Oh, what a nice little detail I didn't even notice.
So we can now officially get out of here. Oh, we want to stop here, too. Or is this the one? No, this is not. Okay, we don't need to worry about this one.
Totally looked like he was humping it for a moment. Not
He might have been.
Well, yeah, it's Dante. I mean, what's so shocking about that?
So the other thing that I need to bring you up to speed, because some things are not going to make sense in the story from here on.
Okay.
As a prequel to this game, and we're still trying to get the Shadow Blazer to do this, and he will do it, guys. He is not getting out of this one. There was an anime that launched just before this game came out, and it actually is a prequel to the events of Devil May Cry 4.
Oh.
So at that point, you do get to have like a little bit of story told, even though it's not that great, but it's kind of hilariously bad in some ways. It's worth it, trust me. This is why we want the Shadow Blazer to review it, and hopefully with us. Well, we're gonna make him. We'll make him so he doesn't get a choice in the matter. But in the meantime, basically, we're gonna find out about the best way that I know how to explain it is that you actually get the origins of how Dante got this job, where he found out about this dedicated cult that worshipped Sparta, and he decided to go check them out, especially since he heard they weren't on the up and up, that they were doing some horrible things.
Well, I mean, I would want to investigate into that too. Especially if it was like my dad, I'd be like, huh, that sounds sketchy.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like Dante hates his dad.
Oh, everything blew up. Cute.
Yep. Well, we got out in time. That's the way it goes.
I'm so weird. Oh, an explosion. Adorable.
And apparently the mark of the Sacred Order is the Hardy Boys logo from the WWE.
Lol.
I always looked at that and went, is that the Hardy Boys logo?
That did look pretty recognizable.
So this is where you fought the older brother. And now we can make our way through the jungle again as Dante this time. And the other cool part is that we will be probably seeing some old bosses.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
But remember, Dante isn't the same as Nero. In fact, Dante has a whole other calling than Nero. So yeah, you might see some old bosses return, but with
Yes.
I cut myself off.
Are you familiar with them?
Sorry, religion and I don't mix.
It's a small congregation that gathers in the castle town of Fortuna. I guess the only people who would have heard of it are the ones who take interest in this type of thing.
Like you.
Exactly. So just how much do you know about Sparta?
Well, from what I can figure, there's a lot of confusion surrounding them.
In other words, he doesn't know Jack.
The story goes that Sparta served as the feudal lord of the city long ago. The people who live there today take these legends as truth and worship him. Just like a god.
They worship a demon as a god?
Peaceful worship can't be condemned. But the real problem is the Order. Lately they've been running amok, catching demons, and have even butted in on some of my jobs.
Maybe they're starting a zoo.
Not just demons. They've also been targeting devil arms.
Really?
Like the ones you have.
Okay, then, a museum.
Lol.
So what?
But I want my
Their
pizza.
intentions are foul, and there's a diabolical plan behind these apparently random acts.
Well then, I'd have something to keep me occupied, and... Trish!
Where's Sparta? See
Oh
you
my
there.
gosh.
Things always gotta be complicated.
Yeah. So, did you actually recognize the other woman?
She seemed familiar, but no, I did not.
So that is Lady from Devil May Cry 3.
What?
The girl with the ginormous grenade launcher. You didn't see the ginormous grenade launcher on her back? Yeah, so that's Lady.
Okay, that makes sense why the conversation between them was so colloquial.
Yes, because they've done some work together. So at that point, but we got a couple of interesting tidbits of information. Not only, so we learned the history of how this religion came to be, because Sparta used to be like the regional lord in that area, but it seems that this cult has actually been targeting devil arms.
Okay.
Which, as a devil hunter, is Dante's job. So this is kind of the motivation for Dante to come there, especially since, well, Trish stole Sparta and gave it over to them, disguised as Gloria.
Yes, yeah.
Under the lipstick. I especially love the lipstick writing, "See you there." The power of the Forest Master is preventing you from escaping. So we're back in the jungle area. But now we kind of also realize the other thing we need to get done while we're here. We need to make sure that these other devils that are showing up via the Hellgates, their devil arms are collected. So that the Order can't utilize them. Plus, we need to get Sparta back, and as you guys will find out a little bit later, he didn't know that Yamato was here. So at that point, he needs to get Yamato back. Mainly for sentimentality, you know. It was his brother's sword. So, you know, you wanna get that keepsake back of your brother.
There is a lot that needs to be done. That is for sure.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to watching how this all transpires.
Oh, it's gonna get fun. It really is. Like, this is actually, in my opinion, my favorite part of the damn game. Because it gets hilarious from here. Because it's Dante, for crying out loud. Like, Dante doesn't take crap seriously. For crying out loud, like, the only thing he cared about in that entire discussion was the fact his pizza slice got stolen. No, I don't want to go this way. In fact, I'm going around in circles, it looks like.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to figure that out.
Yes. Well, it's unfortunate that the jungle area is kind of a maze in and of itself, and so at that point I have to kind of make my way through here. But while we're making our way through the level, we need to do some catch up for you, because you've actually missed a couple of weeks worth of podcasts, and people are legitimately interested in your opinions on the stories that were covered.
Yeah, for sure.
So the first thing that we need to get into, because you're kind of our regional Overwatch expert.
Am I really?
Well, yeah, because like I'm a Blizzard fan, but I don't have the time to play Overwatch.
Well,
That's
I guess I do play a lot of Overwatch, so.
You do. So people actually wanted to know if you had seen the Jeff Kaplan video, where he basically admits that while they're trying to take care of the toxicity in the Overwatch community, that they were watching our YouTube, and we actually confirmed later on, they're also watching your Twitch streams to check you for basically toxic behavior.
Well,
And the fact that Jeff Kaplan doesn't actually outline what toxic behavior is.
well, you already know the answer. So for those who are listening and want to know the answer, I actually did miss that happening, but Drak did bring me up to speed.
Yeah.
So I do know what's going on. So yes and no.
Yes. So how do you feel about them? About Blizzard basically being Big Brother and watching your YouTube channel for toxic behavior on Overwatch?
Well, I don't. Well, I guess the thing is that I play with 5 other people.
Yeah.
Consistently. So and it's people that I know. It's people that I play World of Warcraft with.
That's about to be 6, by the way.
What?
That's about to be 6, by the way.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Because I technically now have a character on your server, so there you go.
Which is super exciting.